Hello, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to Don's Modeling Desk, and we're going to be working on R2 tonight, and I'm getting kind of excited because we're getting very close to being done. I've got 4 more issues here, 2 more coming, and then it's done. So let's get to issue 95, get it open, and see what's in it. Looks like almost all metal parts. So we've got this. Let's get that open. That's heavy. And then we've got this brace bar for his head. And then we've got this little pack full of stuff. Let's get this open. And then we'll jump over to Todd's website. One plastic part. There's one plastic part in this whole issue here. Not bad. But let's jump over to Todd's website and see what the first thing we need to do is. Okay. First thing we need to do is get this out. Let me zoom in a little bit here so you can actually see what I'm doing. Stop zooming. Sometimes the button on my remote gets stuck and it wants to just keep on zooming. Okay, so we've got this. First thing we want to do is put this bearing, if I can pick it up, in there. Like that. And then the next thing we want to do is put the retainer plate on and secure that with two 2x4 silver screws. And of course, I forgot to get my screws out. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And we got those 2 screws in. And then the next thing we need to do is get these 2 pieces out. And we put this large bearing right in there. And then we close this up like that. And then we place this over that, like so. And make sure you don't cover up the hexagonal. See how it's got the hexagonal holes there? You don't want to cover those up. You want to put that on this side. And then we want two 2.5 by 10 flange screws and spring washers. So that should be these. Nope, those are not flange screws. Okay. Let me find those and I'll be right back. Okay, so what we've got here is the 2.5 millimeter by 10 screws, and as you can see, I've put a spring washer on each one. And then we have the nuts for those. And you're going to take this, you're going to put a nut in there. You're going to hold it. You're going to take this, put it on there, and hold it. Then you're going to place the screw through there and tighten it down. It sounds a lot more complicated than it actually is. And that's what you got. So let me get the other one in, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And that's what you have. Okay, so then that's the end of that stage. Is pretty much just building this and putting the bearing and the bearing cover in that. So the next thing we're going to do, we'll just scoot all these parts out of the way. All the screws over here. The next thing we're going to do is 96. That's the motor that turns the head. So let's get that open. Let's go ahead and get Todd's site over to that page. And then we'll get everything out. We have a cable. And we have a plastic cover. And we have the motor. That's a pretty chunky little motor just to turn R2's head. Okay, let's get rid of all this. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this cover. And you see the plug right here? You're going to line that up with this little hole. And you just snap it down on there. It's a rather tight fit too. So, and there you go. The motor cover is on. Just make sure that there's little places for it to snap in. 4 little places. It just snaps in there. Once it's on, it does not move at all. So the next thing we're going to do is plug the cable up. You want to take the large end of the cable and plug it into the motor. And if you'll notice, there's 2 little ridges on there, and then there's an opening in the top of the plug on the motor, and that just plugs in like that. So then we're going to get this from the last issue, and we're going to place it on here like this. And if you'll notice, there's a little edge right there that's perfect size to fit right in there. Sits right on there, and that lines up 4 bolt holes, 2 up there and 2 at the bottom. And those bolt holes are going to get 3 by 12 silver screws with spring washers on them. So let me get those in, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and we've got that. So the next thing we want to do is take this piece from the last stage, turn it this way, and that's going to sit, if you'll notice, there's 4 little pins, 2 little pins rather, right there. two little pins right here. And there's holes in the end of there. It sits right on those pins. Just like that. And then we're going to secure that with 4 2.5 by 6 screws. So let me get those put in and I'll be right back. Okay, we got those secured, 2 up there, 2 down there. Now, the next thing we want to do is we want to put this down into there so that it fits. If you'll notice, this has a square end and the mother shaft is square. You want that to sit like that. And that's the end of this issue. So we built the rotating mechanism for R2's head. So let me pause for a second and I'll be right back with the next issue. Okay, I'm back. And here we have issue 97. So let me get that open and I'll show you what's in it. We have some cable ties. I'll leave those in the bag. And we have some wire labels. Leave those in the bag for now. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me get them out. Still might not be able to see them, but they're labeled. There you go. Switchboard, speaker, left side, IR, stuff like that. We're going to be labeling all of the wires. And then this, finally, is the camera. And I'm going to leave it sealed up in the bag until we get ready to put it on. Oh. And we have a replacement dome cover. And focus, 3 screws. So let's get rid of all this. And get to Todd's website and see what we need to do. Okay. The first thing I'm going to do, because I agree with Todd, these are very hard to read. So I'm going to get my white paint pen out and color in these letters, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And as you can see, I just kind of put a little white paint in each one of those so that you can actually read them rather than having to squint at them. It doesn't have to be that neat. You just need to get a little white paint down in those letters and just kind of wipe it off. That way you can read them a little easier and a lot quicker. Hang on just a second. Okay, so we're going to start off by finding this one. Left infrared. LFIR or LHIR. Does not say LHIR. Here it is. This is the one you want. LHIR. And we're going to take, let me get R2 back over here. There. And you notice this has an L on it. You want to cut off this one that says left hand IR. Just get your sprue cutters, snip that off. And then you want to bend it around this wire. Just right here next to the plug, just bend it around and snap it closed. If I can get it to snap closed. I'm not even holding that where you can see. R2's kind of in the way there. There you go. You just want that right there on the wire to make it easily identifiable. Left hand IR on the left hand IR. Focus, camera, on the left hand IR sensor. So the next thing we're going to do is same thing for the right hand IR. I'm not going to sit here and do these all on camera because it'll take freaking forever. And it's all outlined in the instructions. See, there is right hand IR. You're just going to go through and label each and every wire inside of R2. So I'm going to knock that out real quick and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And we've got all the wires that are in R2 right now labeled, and we're going to be installing the battery box. So what we're going to do is we're going to loosen up these screws right here that hold this cover on. Like that. Then this just slides out and lifts up like that. Now, you want to take the battery box and hold it with the wires on the left side, like that. You want to okay, I need to turn R2 back over. So let me get R2 turned back over. It's getting to be a little heavy. And we want to feed this battery box, feed the wires up through here and out the left side. So we want all the wires to come out right here. I know it's hard for you to see it. Maybe if I switch to my other camera, can I get that to show it? No, not really. But the wires are coming out right here, right over this bottom plate. And as you pull those wires through, you want to slide the battery box right up in there. Once you get it at the right angle, it just slides right in. So once you get that in, then you just close the battery door and you're good to go. Then you can resecure those screws at the bottom. I'll have to turn R2 back over to do that. So let me get R2 flipped back over and get those secured, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So what we got to do now is connect this cable to red and black to red and black. Yes. The red and black cable that comes from the charging port, you want to connect that to the unlabeled cable from the battery box. And just like that. Now, we're going to start connecting stuff up in there. So, the first thing we need to do is find CFS. CFS. I don't remember what that was. CFS, here it is. It's one of these wires. It comes up through here and it's going to connect. And make sure when you connect all these that you turn the plug the correct way before you plug it in. So we want CFS to go right there. Right in that first connection right there. And then the second one we want to connect is CFIR. And that one is right here. And that goes to the one that's labeled CFIR. And that goes right there. Now, the next thing we're going to connect is CS. And that is one of the wires coming from the battery box. That's the charging signal wire. So we want to connect that right here with the blue wire down. And I'm having a hard time getting my hand in there to it. There we go. That's in. And then the next wire we want to connect is on off. And that is the 2 red wire. The double red wire right here. That comes up from the switch. And we want to connect that right there. Like that. And then the next wire we want to connect This is the one that says power. And that comes from the battery box. I want to connect that one right under the on-off wire. Right there. It is very difficult to get your hands in here to plug this stuff up. There we go. And then the next one we want to connect. Oh, we want to run this leg wire across and down through this clip like that. Then we want to connect left foot IR which is this one, to right here where it says left foot IR on the circuit board, right beside the center foot IR. There we go. And the next one we want to connect is the left sensor, and that's going to connect to the other board. So I'm going to have to move R2. That connects right here, but says I need to take this wire and run it back up through here and then back down through here and then connect it to LS right there, the second one. And it should go in like this. And there we go. Okay. The next wire we need to connect, and let me get this back up here where you can at least see a little bit. The next wire we need to connect is LFM. I wonder if I zoomed in a little bit, if you could see it any better, or would it go out of focus? There you go. You might be able to see that slightly better. LFM. It should be the only remaining wire from the left foot. LFM. And that's going to go right over here on the side, and you can't see it because the wire's in the way, but it's this one right here. I wish I had a little better camera set up where you could see this. I can't seem to get that plug in. There we go. Went in then. Let me see if I can tip him up. It's completely behind those wires right there. But that's that one. And then the next one, it says neatly tuck the left leg wire under this clip. So we need to take all of this wire and tuck it under this clip. So that goes under there, and that goes under there. Like that. And I don't know if it's going to stay. I think we got too much wire. There we go. Now it stayed. Okay. And the right leg wire, we want to tuck right under here. There, right under that clip. Then we're going to connect right foot IR right up here on the other side of the center foot IR. Oh no, a wire came out. Well, crap, hang on. Okay, I'm back. Well, with a little bit of very careful soldering right there, focus camera, I was able to get that wire connected back up. And I'm going to get the rest of these connected first. Then we'll go back and connect that one so it won't have anything pulling on it. Okay, so these wires need to loop around and go under this wire. And all the way under there. And then connect right down here. That's going to be fun to reach. I don't know if you can see or not, but it connects right here in this bottom plug. And I don't know how I'm supposed to reach this. Get it lined up. And there. It's in. And it's right. Let me get this red wire out of the way. It's right there in that bottom plug. Okay. Now the next thing we're going to connect is the sensor wire. And I think it's looped around through here also to take up extra slack. Oh, I see. He ran it up like this. And then down to plug it up. And I'm going to have to stand up to see this. Let me tip R2 up again. It should go right there. And that loops around, and then I can plug this right there. Very, very carefully. Because I don't want to break my solder connection. And there we go. We got it. I just don't want too much pressure on it because I don't want to break the solder connection right there. Okay. And the next thing we're going to do is connect left hand IR We already connected left hand IR, didn't we? No, we didn't. Okay, I'm losing it. Left hand IR goes right beside of that. Goes right there. There we go. I'm assuming next we connect right hand IR. Let me scoop this up a little. There we go. And that's gonna, no, we gotta turn it over. That's gonna go right there. There we go. That's in. And then we want to run both of these wires down and get them under this wire clip. Like And I could just cut away and do all this and then come back, but I thought y'all might be interested in seeing all this. There we go. All those are in there. Now, the next thing we gotta do is connect MC. Well, that's one of these wires, one of these extra wires. Connect the larger one to the plug that says MC. Is that on the one standing up? Can't read those. I'm going to turn R2 around this way. And MC would be this one right here. And there we go. That one's plugged in. Connect the other end of this cable to the matching MC socket on the MCU. So yeah, turn R2 around again. And MC right there. So this wire is going to go right here. Like that. And then I'm going to he took it and just twisted it around. I don't know if I can get it back out though. I'll just tuck it under here. There. Out of the way. Connect the larger plug, sensor control cable. So this one is going to connect over here. That one's hid behind a bunch of other wires. It's focusing on the frame right now, unfortunately. I can't even get down there with my hand to it. There we go. And it's in. Okay, we got it. Now that's going to connect to the SC plug up there on the corner. So let's run this around this way to take up some slack. And then back up here and plug it in SC. Right there. And we got that. these battery box wires back over here so you can actually get the battery box out if you need to. Okay. Okay, he's saying we need to drop the battery box out to make sure the wires aren't. So let's do that real quick. And we'll know the right amount of slack we need to leave in those wires when we put the cable ties on. And get that one all the way out. There we go. Drop that out. And that's all you got right there. That's all the slack you got. So first cable tie is on the front. And he's saying tie this wire up, but if you tie that wire up, see, that wire has enough slack to tie up, but that other wire doesn't. That wire has no slack. I'm going to tie that wire right there. He's saying secure all of these wires. Oh, he's over here. This wire and this wire and this wire. And just kind of snug them up there. I don't want them too tight. We don't want to tear up any plugs, but just kind of snug them up. And then clip it. And the next one is the left leg cable. So we'll take this one. He's saying don't do the battery box cable. So we'll leave that right there, and we'll tie the left leg cable to here. Like that. And snip that off. I wish I could get this camera to focus where I want it to. Yeah. We gotta turn our tool around again. I don't like doing that with the battery box hanging out, but we're gonna take 2 cable ties. We're gonna cinch these wires up. One at the top. Just kind of pull those wires together and get them in that cable tie right there. And then snip that. And then the second cable tie will go right there. So what we've got so far is 2 cable ties holding that. We've got a cable tie right there holding that. And a cable tie right there holding that. And I'm going to put this battery box back in because I don't like it dangling out. Sorry, Todd. Put that back inside there. I won't tighten up the bolts yet, but I'm putting that back in there for now. And now we're just going to take a couple cable ties. We're just going to kind of cinch up some wires in here to keep them from moving around too much. Like this. Put that there. And then we'll put another one over here. And I need to be able to fish that back up out of there. There we go. We'll put that one right there. Just to kind of hold all that together and out of the way. We'll clip those. Oh, I'm completely out of the screen. I put one cable tie there and one cable tie there to just kind of hold those wires out of the way. And then I'll put one right here to hold these in a nice little bundle. I think that'll do it. And there we go. So now, that's the end of that issue. Issue 97. So let me pause, get my stuff out for the next one, and we'll move on. And I'm back. So now we got pack 98. We've got a whole bunch of screws and a whole bunch of spring washers and a whole bunch more screws. Let's get rid of all this stuff. And now we're going to get this open, maybe someday, possibly. There we go. Okay. So we've got some felt bits, a couple of brackets. That's what we got in that pack. But as you can see, I have R2's head out because the first thing we're going to be doing is working on R2's head. Now, I'm not sure how I'm going to show this on camera, but we'll figure it out. First thing we're gonna let's get this off, and let's lay this down. And let's put R2's head like that. At least you can somewhat see what I'm doing. So now it's time to get this camera out. And it's sealed. Of course it's sealed. Has a Velcro on it. I thought or Ziploc on it. I thought the Ziploc was holding it. Where did I put my knife? I don't know. Let's get a different one out. And maybe I can get it open. There we go. Here is R2's camera. The little plug on that end, the little camera on that end. Focus on the camera. There we go. There's the little camera. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this cable and we're going to feed it through this hole. And that was my son just yakking. And we're going to sit it right there. I don't know if you can see that, but this camera just sits right there. And there's an adhesive square on the back. So I really need my knife. Don't know what I did with it. I'll find it eventually. I'm gonna get the sticky stuff off of this adhesive square here, or get the cover off of it. We don't want to get the sticky stuff off. Let's see, I'm taking the whole thing off. I think I got it loose right there. Man, that just does not want to come off. And it's not all coming off. There we go. I think that's it. There we go. Now we got it off. Okay. Now, I'm going to put the camera back on here and stick it. Like that. Right there. Now we're going to secure it in place with two 2x4mm silver screws supplied in the previous issue. Okay, we got the screws. Two 2x4mm screws to hold the camera on. And R2's head just wants to roll away when you let go of it. Go back here, R2. We're trying to fix your eye so you can see. And there we go. The camera is mounted. Nice. And now we're going to put the lens cover seal on. Okay, we got two of them. The first one is supposed to go down in there. Just kind of push it down in there. It's sticky on the back, that makes it hard to push it down in there. Okay, and the second one is going to go right across here, like that. And Todd says he believes that that's to keep the light from this LED right here from shining up here into the camera. And that's possible. And now we have, I gotta get my lens cover. Hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, it came with a new lens cover that it says is not tinted as dark as the original one. But they must have updated it because I can't tell a whole lot of difference between these two, if any. I mean, look at the yellow behind both of them there. Let me move R2's head. Look at that yellow through both of them. Those look identical. To me, anyway. I don't see any difference in the tint. In the picture, in the instructions, it's a big difference. I think that when they reissued this, they sent the less tinted lens originally, and then for some reason they sent it in the replacement pack too. I'm just going to leave this one because I can't see any difference between the two. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to peel the protective cover off of this, which I put back on after installing it to keep it from getting scratched. I mean, that's almost clear. I don't see how the other one could be any lighter than that. But now we're going to peel the protective cover off the lens of the camera, and I'm glad I left that on because there's a big old thumbprint right in the middle of that protective film, which would have been right in the middle of that camera lens. Now, we're going to put this on like this. And slide it. And there we go. And I mean, you can see right in there to the camera. I think they included the lighter lens to begin with, because if it's any lighter, it's just going to be clear plastic. I mean, that's almost clear plastic anyway. You can see right in there to the camera. But now we're going to do some wire management in the panel. So let me get his front panel out and I'll be right back. Okay, first thing we're going to do is take this wire right here, run it down through there and out right there. And I'll show you what I did. I ran it down behind there through both of these little brackets, right through the middle of this one and this one. And it comes out right there behind that actuator. Now, we're going to take this wire identifier that says AM and put it on that wire. I hate these ones for the smaller wires. They don't want to snap. Okay. Now, UTX and URX. UTX is for the ultrasonic transmitter, and that goes on the wire from the upper sensor. Where should I put it down there? We'll put it down there. Yeah, put it right there. We can slide it down if we need to. URX goes on the wire from the lower sensor. Switchboard I got it upside down. Switchboard goes on this wire that we left tied up, that goes to the little panel of switches on the front of R2. Like that. Switchboard. Remove and keep the 2 screws of the front housing behind the upper ultrasonic sensor. So I got to remove the 2 screws off of that top sensor. I don't know why. Todd says so, that's why. Don't question the Todd father. No, seriously, Todd's website instructions are so much better than Fanhome's. Okay, we took those 2 screws out. Fit the ultrasonic sensor cover over that. Why? Why does it need a cover? Okay, like that. Does that need to push down more? No. Okay. And replace the screws. He said remove the screws and save them, like we were going to be not needing them for a while. But we just immediately put them back. And there we go. The ultrasonic sensor cover is on. I wonder what that's for, because the bottom one doesn't have one. And since that was installed a while ago and now they add the cover, it's almost like there was a problem or something that they found that they needed to change. Okay, now on R2's other panel, let's just get this out of the way. Where the speaker is, here's the speaker. We're going to take this wire tie off, and we're going to find the one of these that says speaker, and we're going to put it on this wire like that. Now we're back to the dome again, and we're going to find this wire. That's the mic wire. We're going to find the wire identifier that says mic, and we're going to put that on this wire like that. Now we're going to take this motor assembly, and we're going to find HM, if it'll focus, right there, HM. We're going to put that on the wires from this dome motor assembly that we just made earlier. And that does not, there we go. So now we got that on there. Now, we're going to get this dome out of the way. And we're going to start fitting our front panel onto R2. So let's bring R2 back up here. There we go. We still got 2 wire identifiers that we haven't used yet. I'm sure we will. But let's zoom out. There we go. We need R2's front panel. And we're going to take all of these wires. I'm going to have to stand up and do this. We're going to feed all of these wires right through there. And of course, they're going to hang on everything and not cooperate and be nice. And then we want to bring the front panel into place, being careful that we don't pinch anything. Okay, I need to look at this. Let's see where that goes. Let's see where this goes. I think that's on. And that seems to be on. Yeah, I believe that's on correctly. I can't see the screw holes on the side to tell if I'm lined up or not. No, I think that goes on there. No, that can't go on there. Let's see, with the front panel in place, the mounting holes along both sides of the pouch should line up to the screw holes in the frame. Okay, yeah, it does. This. Oh, no. I put this bracket on backwards. That's going to require some taking stuff apart. So I'm going to pause and we'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And that was not fun. What I had done was put one of these mounting brackets for the front panel on backwards. So I had to tear all the bottom off, take the battery box out, take this control board loose, move everything out of the way, get the bottom wheel off so I could get this bottom panel off, change the bracket, and then put everything back. So hopefully everything's right now. So let's get these wires back through here. I can't believe I had that bracket on backwards and didn't even notice it. Okay. And guess what? I have this panel upside down. I'm just batting 100 today. I think I just need to go to bed. There we go. Now, let's see if this will go on better. Man, that fits so much better now when the brackets are on backwards. It's amazing. It's amazing. Okay. So now we're going to connect AM to AM on here. And I can't even see it. This one right here, it says. So I know you can't see it at all. Let's run this under this to give it a little more room to play. I gotta put my wire ties back. I forgot to do that. I cannot get this plug in. I'm putting it in the wrong way. I can't, with the panel on, I can't see enough to tell which way this plug needs to be turned. There it goes. Finally. Now, switchboard goes over there where it says switchboard. It goes right over there. This one that says switchboard goes right there. And there we go. Now it's in. Okay. And next, URX and UTX. URX goes on the left, UTX goes on the right. That's URX. Where's UTX? There it is. Tip this up again. And I know that means y'all can't see, but it's the only way I can see. And they did not make it easy to get these plugs in. Everything is so tightly packed in there that there just isn't room. Plus, you can't see. There, got that one. This next one's going to be fun because that bundle of wires is in the way. But let's see what we can do here. Oh, got lucky with that one. That one went right in. I've got some wire ties around here somewhere. Hang on. Okay, UTX. And now we got to fit the rotary head sensor housing. So we got to take these parts right here that I spilled everywhere a minute ago. We got to take this part and these two parts. Well, I think I lost the part when I knocked that over a while ago. Okay, we need to move R2. And we're going to take this piece and we're going to place that one on there, I think. Where does it go on there? That one goes on there. And this one goes on there. Like that. And then we're going to put this on top of it. Like that. And then we're going to put two 2.3 by 6 black screws into it. Like that. And you'll have that. Then I'll put that on backwards. I'm going to bed in just a minute. All I'm doing is fucking shit up. God, I can't even get washers out of the bag. There. Right here. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take this bugger with the spring washer on it and put it right in there. And I'm gonna take this bugger with the spring washer on it. I'm gonna put it, or not, right in there. Get those two started. I just fucked that one up. Okay. Yeah. We'll put this bugger, or not, right in there. No, I didn't. I just dropped it. And then we'll put this bugger called Find Me Hole. And there we go. It's in there. And I was paused anyway.